tuition reduction, monthly stipend, professional experience, 19 hours of work every week, plus on-campus employment. Those are the benefits of the scholarship that we are going to be talking about today. So if you are a postgraduate student looking to move to the US, watch this tutorial from the start to the end, because I'm going to teach you how to get a scholarship that is going to give you all of these benefits. Our video is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and we are going to begin with number 4, which is career planning as an international student at Chatham University in the USA, because that is the university whose scholarships we are going to be talking about today. And then number 3, we are going to talk about budgeting at Chatham as an international student, because you have to make sure you know how to manage your money, and I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. And then number 2, we are going to talk about visa and migration steps to Chatham University in the USA. I'm going to be breaking it down to you, all the documents that you need to make sure you do not get lost in this entire process, okay? And we go to number 1. We are going to talk about a step-by-step on how to apply to Chatham University. This is the website of Chatham University, and these are their graduate assistantships. All students admitted to Chatham University's programs will be automatically considered for this particular funding. We have no additional funding application is necessary. So you immediately you're applying to the university, you are going to be automatically considered. So that is why I will show you all about how to apply, because your application really has to be airtight. Something else that I want you all to know, it says awards will be offered on rolling basis until the positions are filled. This is actually one of the reasons why I decided to choose this particular graduate assistantships to talk about for you, because if you want to go study in the US fall of this year, you can actually do that, because you just have to check for the program to be sure that the program is still accepting for your major. It says on rolling basis, which means that they do continuous enrolling of students throughout the year. Okay, now we are going to go on to how to apply. So I'm going to click the apply button here just to show you all how to apply. You have undergraduate, we are not doing undergraduate, and then you have graduate application. So I'm going to launch the graduate application. Here we are in the application page. Okay, so this is the Chatham University. I created an account because I really just wanted that you all should know what to do. I cannot believe that I have to go through this, because this is so interesting and it is so easy, but I want you all to see how it works. So you have 2025 graduate application, start an application. I'm not going to be giving you all the details, but I just want you all to know how you're going to go through this process and the things that you're going to go through. Number 1, you will have to upload your academic information. You'll have to upload your academic history. You are going to write an essay, and coming to this essay part, I want to tell you all a prompt that you can use in order to sort of ease your application process such that you do not struggle a lot. So as you can see here, write a strong SOP for Chatham's, put your major with a focus on, say something like, what is it that you want? What are the experiences that you want to bring to this particular thing? Have you had volunteering experience? Have you had leadership experience? Have you had some awards that you want them to know? That is what you are going to do. And then you can also do write 3 compelling stories I can include in a personal statement for a US graduate program. This is you actually chatting with ChatGPT to give you ideas on how, these are prompts that you can use on ChatGPT, such that when you come to this essay writing part of your application, you do not struggle a lot. Okay, and then you are going to have additional materials, employment recommendation, disciplinary information, signature, and then you're going to review your application, and then you are going to deposit it. Did you understand this section? If you did, like the video, and if you didn't, still like the video and let me know in the comment section what did you not understand, and I am going to explain. Now let us talk about the second and one of the most important things that you have to pay attention is your visa and migration steps to Chatham University in the USA. It is important to figure out how to go through this process. So what we are going to do is, starting on number 4, we are going to talk about the visa interview documents. Everything that you need, I am going to explain it to you, okay? And then the third thing that you need to do is you will have to schedule your F1 visa appointment. And then the second thing that you have to do is you have to pay your service fee. And then the first thing that you have to do is you have to receive your I-20. So we are going to start with number 1, and we are going to gradually walk our way through, okay? So let us start with number 1, which is receive your I-20. So what I want to explain here is, first of all, the I-20 is an official document that is going to be issued by Chatham's designated school office, and it allows you to apply for step 2, which is the F1 visa, okay? So you have the things that you really have to make sure here is double check your name, make sure that you've written your name correctly, do not make any mistakes. And then you have to review the program start date, make sure it is accurate, and then also make sure that your financial information is correct. If you submitted some bank statements, make sure that everything there is correct, okay? And then we are going to move now to step 2, and in step 2 you have to pay your service fee. SEVIS. Goodness, I cannot spell. Anyhow, you have to pay your service fee, okay? And this is when I did the research for this, it says that $350. I am not sure. Check to be sure how much the service fee is, but it says $350 for international students applying for F1 visas. And the reason why you pay this fee is that it's actually going to support a student and exchange visitor information system, and you have to pay it before you schedule your visa appointment, okay? Make sure that you save the information. After paying, make sure you save the information in a PDF immediately, because you're going to need it when you go to secure like your visa interview. They are going to ask you about this. And one of the things that you should like know about this particular process is that you should use a credit or debit card in your name or in your sponsor's name, because some students actually face issues when they use, like, let's say a third party or someone else's. You use your friend's thingy. If you use your friend's own or your brother's own or your sister's own and it is not in your name or your sponsor's name, it can become very, very tricky, okay? Now let us go to step 3, which is you have to schedule your F1 visa appointment, okay? So the next thing that you have to do is you book your appointment at the nearest US embassy. Most times, sometimes like it can take a while for that to happen, because they have like wait periods, right? So sometimes the wait periods are short, sometimes they are long. That is why it's good to start early, because for some embassies, I remember when some of my family members were doing it, it took about 1 or 2 months of just waiting for a date at the embassy, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. Anyhow, and then you will have to apply using the DS-160 barcode. You have to use your service receipt, you have to use your passport, and if slots are full, you just have to keep checking daily, okay? You don't have any other choice. Now let us talk about the documents that you are going to need in order to go through that process, because step 4, you have to prepare your visa interview documents, okay? So now thinking about you have to go to the embassy, you have to submit your documents. Let's talk a little bit about this, okay? So we have 7 things that you have to prepare, and coming in at number 7, you will have to prepare your proof of funds. I am not exactly sure. When I did the video on Canada, so many students were asking me, how much exactly is it going to be for this proof of funds? To be honest, I am not very sure. Check with, do some research online, how much is needed. Check with the university, check with the embassy. Do some research to be sure how much this is going to be, okay? And then the 6th thing that you need is your Chatham admission letter. Let me arrange it like this. Yes, such that we walk our way up. The Chatham admission letter. You've applied for your graduate assistantship. You have gotten a place. Remember, it's automatic. So you apply for the university. It's same like applying for the assistantship. So you've applied. You've gotten your admission letter. You need that, okay? And then you need this DS-160 confirmation page. Make sure you have it because you're going to need it in the process. And then you have your service fee receipt. Remember when we spoke about it, we said that you should save it immediately in a PDF format, right? You're going to have to print that out and take it there. And then you need your visa appointment confirmation. This is going to be important as you prepare to go there. And then you are going to have to print your I-20 form. And then the last thing you need or the first thing actually, you need your valid passport. So these are the 7 things that you are going to need in order to prepare your visa documents. You need your proof of funds, Chatham admission letter, DS-160 confirmation page, service fee receipt, visa appointment confirmation, printed I-20, and then you need your valid passport. Did you understand this section? If you did, like the video, and if you didn't, still like the video and let me know in the comment section what did you not understand, and I am going to explain. So now let us talk about budgeting at Chatham as an international student. It is extremely important that you manage your money carefully, because if you don't, you are going to be in big problems. So let's talk about managing your money, okay? First of all, Chatham University is at Pittsburgh in the US. So we are going to be using that area in order to guess, like approximate, let me not just say guess, approximate how much you are going to be spending for various things. So let's start with housing. You are going to spend about $600 for housing, but there are certain tips that you can use in order to save more money. The first thing is that you should use platforms like Chatham University housing boards in order to find what are some probably deals that you can use their Facebook groups, or you can use like their roomsters to find room services, and you can split rent and utilities. Also, you can live off campus. You have like some housing off campus of this from the university that are a little bit cheaper, okay? And many of the landlords are actually open to give discounts if you pay, let's say, for a longer term lease, or if you pay like a huge money upfront, they will be more open to give you some kind of discount. So look for that. And then groceries, you are going to be spending around $200. This is really dependent on how you choose to live your life, but you should try the tips that you can use in order to save as an international student is that you can shop in bulk. If you go to shops like Costco is found in all parts of the world. You can actually get a chance to buy so many things within a very like cheaper things, but you buy a lot of them, and then you can actually cook in batches, like meal prep. I am a huge advocate for meal prep. I am not in school, but I still meal prep, and then keep that. You can either choose to freeze it, or you can choose to keep it in the refrigerator, and then you just take portions of it that you need. This is going to help you save up on groceries as much as possible. And then the next thing is transportation. And here you are going to be spending around $80 for your transportation. Tips to save here is that you should use your student ID for like the Pittsburgh public transportation. They actually have various discounts that are available for students. So make sure that you check with the university and go with your student ID card so you can use the benefits of that. Also, get a bike. Get a bike, you guys. Listen, I live in Tokyo, and everywhere you go, everyone has a bike. When I was in the university, in fact, Japan as a whole, when I when I came to Japan, the advice that they gave me was that in Japan, people do not steal anything, but they will steal your bike. That is how important a bike is, because everybody uses a bike. And don't think about buying a brand new bike. You're not there yet. You're an international student. You're still trying to find your way. Get a second-hand bike. That is going to save you up a lot. And then let's talk about health insurance. You're going to be spending uh, at least $100 here. And the tips to save here is that compare plans, okay? Don't just go for the first health insurance plan that you are given. When you enroll, try to check for normally Chatham will, they may not, we are not sure, but they may auto enroll you into the university sponsored plan, and you can actually request a waiver. But regardless, try to compare the plans that are available before you make a choice on which one you are going to go with, okay? And then let us go to miscellaneous. Here you are going to be spending around $100 to $150. And miscellaneous is just like the things that you will have to do outside of like your basic spending, okay? So probably you will have to go to some events. You should have a social life. You should have some let's say places where you can buy some books, use subscriptions, like those things happen. Like that is life, right? So let's put all of this together. We have 600, 280, 100. So this is 600 plus 200. This is 800. I cannot do no math. 800. And then this is probably, let's just use the $100. So let's use this 200. So this is $1,000. And then we have 80. So this is going to be $1,080. So we are thinking the amount that you are going to be spending per month is going to be about $1,080. This is how you should budget. What you should do is get a monthly budgeting tracker to make sure that you stay within the budget and to make sure that you're able to see where your money is going. Because if you do not track it, you are not going to know how you're spending it. And by the end of the year, you realize that you have spent so much onto things that you did not budget for. So make sure you budget well as an international student living at Chatham University in the USA. Did you understand this section? If you did, like the video, and if you didn't, still like the video and let me know in the comment section what did you not understand, and I am going to explain. Now let us move on to the last thing that is extremely important for your life, which is career planning as an international student at Chatham University in the USA. If you do not plan your life, your career from the first day, you are going to find yourself lost. So I get you covered. We are going to cover 6 main things, and we are going to start with number 6. Number 6, you have to explore OPT, CPT options early, okay? Immediately you get into the university, attend an OPT session. Usually it's organized by the International Student Office within your first semester. Ask them questions, everything that you need to know about what you are going to be doing post when you're done with your studies. Plan internships. This one, the CPT is going to help you be able to plan internships. Think about the eligibility. Do not wait until it is too late because you are going to be struggling, okay? And one of the things that you can think about, I'm not sure, of course, you already have your majors, so there is nothing we can do about the majors that you have chosen. But if you actually go for STEM majors like science, technology, engineering, and math, you are going to have way more options by the time that you are done with your studies under this OPT program. But the thing is, it's not like we can force you to switch your major to something, let's say, STEM focused just because you are not able to, like, we cannot do that. Like, your major is your major. But if you happen to be a STEM student, you are going to have more options, okay? Now let us go to number 5. And number 5 is number 5 here, use your graduate assistantship duties to build transferable skills. Listen, it is important that you take some time every month to reflect and ask yourself the question, what are the new skills did I learn in this month of doing graduate assistantships that I can transfer it to other things? Have like a book where you're writing down the new things you're learning, the questions you are asking, and you can be able to use that knowledge in order to apply for whatever fields. For example, you can choose to tie your graduate assistantships to real world descriptions. Like, look for job descriptions in fields that you're interested in, and then start seeing what are the links with the skills that you're getting with that job that you want to get, okay? And as you're spying those job descriptions, start looking, for example, at okay, they need this, they need that. And if they need certain things that you do not have, start raising your hand and asking for those things. For example, they may need the job that you're targeting, they may need someone with a leadership roles. You should start raising your hand and asking them, can I get some leadership roles, running meetings, training other students, presentation skills. Now you can start practicing by asking for those particular roles or those particular duties to be given to you, because you in your head you already know that you're going to use those to build transferable skills when you eventually get out of school. So that is number 5. Let us go to number 4, which is going to be build a LinkedIn presence. Listen, you should already have like a professional photo shoot, get like a good headshot, and talk about yourself in the about section. For example, I am uh, uh, an engineering student studying at Chatham University, whatever, put it there. And what you should do, the first thing is follow faculty at Chatham University, follow alumni at Chatham University, follow career advisors at Chatham University. All of them, follow them on LinkedIn and follow the posts that they are making, because now you are going to start having inside ideas of the various things that they are posting. You should be commenting under the post. Make sure you stay visible, because when you stay visible, you are going to have more opportunities awarded to you. And every month you are a graduate assistant. Every month we're talking about transferable skills earlier, right? And how you should reflect on the transferable skills that you've gotten. Write about those on LinkedIn. Write about those, and you will see that eventually by the time you are done with your studies, they always say that your LinkedIn can be your resume, because you have written about those transferable skills. Someone 3 years later should be able to look through your entire LinkedIn and be like, we can see the person did this, the person did that, the person got this. And that is you practically building your CV for your career life in real time while you are being a student. Okay, now let us go to the third one, which is networking via student-led events and local meetups. Listen, when we talk about this networking, and they always say it is not what you know, it is who you know. Oh, tell me about this. I've always said that one of the things that I am learning is you have to build your network before you need them. Okay, so you have to be very thoughtful, intentional about attending events with a purpose. Show up to those events, be interactive, be a nice person, network with people, be genuinely curious about the people that you meet at this event, and don't be that person who only goes there only thinking me, me, me. No, be genuinely interested in the people that you meet there. If there are conferences, if there are student events, make sure that you volunteer at those. Help the organizers, build a tight network, because you are going to need them. Sometimes there are also events locally in Pittsburgh, so you do not only have to stay focused on the events at Chatham University. You can go out of that. The events that are taking place in Pittsburgh, you can attend those. Look, for example, meetup.com, Eventbrite, LinkedIn events. You can be able to get access to the events that are taking place. Go there, network with people, relate to them as much as possible, because you are going to need those people. And as I said, you need to network and know these people before you need them. That is why you do it immediately you're getting into school, okay? Because you're going to need them when you get out of school. Then number 2, we are going to talk about the Chatham Career Development Office. Normally, what these offices do is they are there to help you plan your career. Okay, they are there to give you insights. They have counselors that you can talk to. So what you should do is book a coaching session the first month that you get to the university. Book a coaching session at one of these offices and go there and talk to them about exploring what are your options, what should you do, how should you plan. talk to them. They are going to give you counsel. They are going to tell you about job fairs. They are going to tell you about CV review services. They are going to tell you about maybe sector specific things, like let's say if you're in healthcare, if you're in tech, if you are in sustainability, they are going to tell you about the fairs that are taking place in those specific fields. You have to attend those fairs. You have to prepare everything. Like, know everything that you have to do as early as possible, because that is going to be important when you eventually leave school. And then the last one is your graduate assistantship roles. Okay, this actually ties a little bit to the transferable skills that we talked about, but you have to keep a skills log. Okay, document the tasks that you're completing, document everything that you're writing. You can actually be doing this on LinkedIn. For example, this week I led a workshop of 30 students and we analyzed survey responses. This is what I learned. And then you can actually also be doing that and submitting it to your supervisor, so that they can be giving you feedback on the roles that you're doing, the skills that you're getting, and then you now submit this feedback. You submit it for feedback. Post it on LinkedIn for the sake of people building your resume on there, but you can also submit it to your supervisor to sort of give you feedback. And what that is doing is you are turning your graduate assistantship role into practically a portfolio of materials that you know. For example, lesson planning, research reports, social media campaigns, grant proposals, presentation skills, the workshops that you lead, leadership skills. Maybe you get some awards. Turn this particular role and squeeze it off of all of its juices that it can offer you, and use that to build your career. My name is Sylvie and I am a 4-time fully funded scholarship grantee, and I am here to teach you how to go get yours. And how do I teach you? Number one, I teach you on LinkedIn and on X. So if you don't follow me on LinkedIn and on X, go ahead and follow me, because you are going to be learning a ton of things. The second way that I teach you is here on YouTube. And what I have resolved to do is I'm going to be bringing to you all scholarships that you do not hear about anywhere. Not the famous scholarships. Y'all know that most of those famous scholarships, the competition for all of them is very high, and I don't want you to get caught up in that huge competition. So I'm going to be telling you about hidden scholarships with low competition. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, go ahead, subscribe, turn the notifications on, because each scholarship video is going to be revealing to you a hidden gem. The third way that I teach you is through bootcamps. I have bootcamps for 3 sets of people. Number one, if you have a low GPA and you still want to get scholarships, the link is in the description box. Sign up for the bootcamp. Number two, if you are a newbie to the world of scholarships, the link is in the description below. Sign up for that bootcamp. Number three, if you are someone that has been applying and getting rejection letters, the link is in the description below. Sign up, let me work with you. Also, I have a weekly updated scholarships database. So if you're looking for scholarships, the competitive ones and these hidden gems that I share on YouTube, the link is in the description box. Sign up and get access to the database. If you're only focused on moving to the US, watch this video here, because in this video I show you step by step how to apply to 3 universities in the US that are open this fall 2025. I hope that this was helpful. I am going to see you all in the next one. Bye.